What's up, everybody? Welcome back to some more Tainted Grail. What's up, everybody? I hope everyone's having a good long weekend. I just found out it was a long weekend like 20 minutes ago, so I'm super excited. Didn't realize Monday was President's Day, and we have it off. Yeah. But we have come to it, the finale, or the vanilla game finale of Tainted Grail. We're going to finish the main story. You're dead. You're dead. Yep, we're going to finish the main story, and then we are eventually, going to start the Sanctuary of Ceres DLC at some point this weekend. Still got to download it and everything. We are just going to the Charred Conclave. I have no idea how long this episode is going to be. This guy's sleeping on the job. I know this is the last mission and the last leg of the game. I'm just not sure how long it is, so we'll see. What's up, João Paulo? How's it going? How are you? Damn, I remember those guys took so freaking long to kill way back in the day. And when we do the Ceres DLC, I will be changing the build, so it's not magic all the time anymore. I do want to look into a two-handed build, since I've already done a one-hander. You know, I've never been down there. I wonder if there's anything even down there besides those dudes. You're the man, Ed? I try to be. But you're the man. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, shit. Ooh, we're still good. So it looks like we're going in there. See if there's anything around that I can collect besides that stuff. think there is. Yeah, there's nothing. Oh well. Let's go to the Charred Conclave, where it all began way back when, before the game even started. Oh, we need the helmet. Shield. Oh, we need all three. That makes sense. Yeah. Caradoc told me our last meeting place will be at the Charred Conclave. And there is Caradoc.
So, you finally made it. Took you long enough. I hope you're ready, because this is it. The beginning of the end.
What are you talking about? Ready for what?
Ready to finish your journey, of course. You've come far, but every path ends somewhere. Yours ends here, in the heart of it all.
You've been waiting for me?
Philosophically, not you specifically, but someone like you. Literally, yes, and I was getting quite bored with the wait.
What is this place?
This is the Charred Conclave, a graveyard for druids, burned alive as scapegoats for the Red Death. It's a reminder of what happens when people fear what they don't understand.
I'd like to know more about the Charred Conclave. The Druids were scapegoats. What did they do? Nothing.
They spoke out. They should have stayed silent, kept to their herbs and potions. But they didn't. They believed their ancient knowledge, ugly and painful truths from times long past, could save Avalon from the plague. And maybe they were right. But people don't want the truth when it's covered in blood.
Ugly and painful truths. What do you mean?
Cruel rituals, sacrifices, hard choices in search of real results. They called it wisdom, knowledge gleaned from the weirdness itself. But to the people, everything they did was unnatural, costly, and frightening. The druids believed their results would justify the costs. They thought Avalon would see them as saviors. But the people didn't understand, and fear turned to fire.
So the Druids were punished for trying to help.
Well, the Red Church and their politicians made sure of that. The druids became a convenient enemy, a way to shift the blame and tighten their grip on power. It's always so simple, so banal, isn't it?
You've been gone for a while, bro? Were you traveling or busy? I thought you might have given up on your channel. No. I was just in a funk. I wanted to play games, but I also didn't want to play games. I wanted to stream, but I also didn't want to stream. I don't know. I was just in a funk. I seem to be out of it now. It happens every so often.
Well, death doesn't always mean an ending. It was a sacrifice so costly, so cruel, so pointless, that it tore a rift in the fabric of this world. An ultimate wound. And so you're the closest you'll ever come to seeing the true shape of this world.
So why are we waiting here? Were you waiting here?
To greet you. I was once where you are now. A knight with questions, searching for answers. That search led me to this place. And here I found my answers. Now, it's your turn.
What can I expect?
Well, first, you're going to meet my former employer. We don't see eye to eye anymore, but we both realize that our collaboration yields results, as shown by you being here. He'll try to sugarcoat the hard truths I've been telling you from the beginning, spin them differently. Never mind. Why waste time here talking about it when you're just a step from the end? It's best if you just go forth and see for yourself.
Go forth and fear no godness.
Just remember, this is the point of no return. Once you've stepped through, there's no going back. But if you've come this far, I suppose you already knew that. Go on. He's waiting for you.
Ooh, that's pretty. That's not.
At last we meet. I've heard much about you. Your choices, your determination. Caradoc isn't easily impressed, but he was impressed with you. Few dare to seek the truth buried in Avalon shadows. Fewer still make it this far. I was the first. Caradoc followed when my brethren burned and the tear opened. And now, here you are. A truly rare and joyful occasion.
Who are ye?
Oh, forgive my lack of manners. I am Orin, the last apprentice of Merlin, and the last archdruid of Avalon. I've carried the weight of this land's secrets longer than I care to admit. But names mean little. What matters is the task before us.
What is this place?
What lingers here? It's older than Avalon. Older than anything we know. What you see is the beginning of weirdness itself. Its purest form, raw potential, unshaped by anything but its lack of boundaries and limits. Beautiful, isn't it?
What do you want from me?
Oh, precisely the opposite of what Caradoc was. I want you to help me resurrect King Arthur. Properly this time.
So he wants me to kill him properly, and you want to resurrect him properly?
Ridiculous, I know. But yes, that's what it boils down to. At some point, we stopped seeing eye to eye and chose different paths. Ultimately, though, both our paths led to you.
Ni hao.
Yes, please let me explain. By the end of his life, Arthur became obsessed with his legacy. He left mementos, artifacts that embodied the virtues he wanted Avalon to preserve. Excalibur, a symbol of loyalty and sacrifice. The crown of Pendragon, a beacon of courage and resilience. The shield of Palamedes, wisdom and independence. But Merlin and the others didn't believe that would be enough. The memory of war and the fragility of peace was still too fresh. So they acted. When the king died, his soul wasn't allowed to move on. It was shattered, bound to those artifacts. A clever solution, but ultimately flawed.
Why would they divide the king's soul?
They feared losing what Arthur represented more than losing Arthur himself. They thought the king's essence would endure if bound to his relics.
What was flawed about it?
You can't pick and choose with a soul, but that's exactly what Merlin did. He focused on 3 parts of Arthur: his strength, wisdom, and courage. He left out 2 pieces. One, tainted by the Four Dwellers' magic, was deemed too dangerous. The other was his humanity, the most fragile part. Merlin thought compassion and doubt were weaknesses, unfit for a king. Without them, Arthur became hollow. A king with power, but no heart. That way, Avalon's greatest failure was born.
Didn't anyone try to resurrect Arthur as a whole man?
I tried. And I found his humanity. It's here, bound, kept safe. But the Four Dwellers' aspects was left to drift, untethered between worlds. Finding it needed more than magic. It needed someone like you.
Moi?
The horrors you endured on that island gave you something no one else has.
Ooh, too soon.
You can move through the weirdness, touch it, and return whole.
You're saying all that, everything I went through, was all part of your plan?
You flatter me. No, I couldn't have predicted all of that. I merely nudged the Red Church in the right direction, and asked Caradoc to assist where I couldn't. I can see you're still doubting me.
What do you want to achieve?
I want to bring back our king, whole and complete. I want him to lead again and safeguard Avalon's future.
What if the resurrection fails again?
It won't. This time, Arthur will be whole. A king must be more than power. He must be human. That balance is what will save Avalon.
Why do you want this so much?
Because I've seen what happens without him. Weirdness preys on the weak, and the people are too divided to stand against it alone. Arthur is their only hope. Ever they're left without him, without guidance, chaos takes hold. Division festers. You've seen it during your journeys. If things continue this way, Avalon will tear itself apart long before weirdness finishes the job.
Never give up on your dreams, bro. One day you'll get lots of subscribers on your channel. That's what I'm hoping for. But yeah, never give up, never surrender. Even if he's whole, what if people won't follow him?
They will follow him. That's what people do. When weirdness comes to their doorstep, they'll beg for a savior. And Arthur will answer the call. Help me bring the king back, whole and complete. That's all I ask of you. Now you need to go further. I made my case. Please keep in mind what I told you. This is the only way for Avalon to survive.
We have to fight that damn thing? That looks terrifying.
I was there when it all began, when Arthur first set foot on Avalon. I was a knight in his army. We believed in him, in his dream, in his kingdom. And for a while, it was glorious. Every battle felt like a step closer to peace. Every sacrifice justified by the dream we shared. But then came the cost. The war crimes, the impossible decisions, the massacres, slaughters, and irrational cruelty. We turned from knights into butchers, all because his dream demanded it of us. At first I told myself it was necessary, that it was the price of building something great. But the longer it went on, the harder it was to believe. That's when I realized. Arthur wasn't a god, a savior, or a king. He was just another man, no different from the rest of us. And no man should have the power to demand such sacrifices.
And you want to kill him once and for all. I've heard that before.
But do you understand why I want it so much?
Because they made you immortal in the process, because you hate what you become, because you feel betrayed, because of some personal vendetta.
I'd like to believe that after 600 years I've moved past pettiness. You need to understand that people thought, and still think, that he was more than human. But he wasn't. He made mistakes, just like any man. And the cost of those mistakes was always paid for by others. I've seen what happens when people cling to kings and myths. They wait, they follow, they waste their lives on promises that never meant anything. But that's not my problem. I'm not here to fix Avalon or to free anyone. What comes after doesn't matter. Let it all burn, let it rot, let it rebuild. I won't be here to see it.
Even if you destroy Appa, the Round Table can just crown someone new, replace him. You think the people can stand on their own against the weirdness, the monsters? You want people to face adversity without guidance and leadership? Isn't that just chaos waiting to happen? And what if your if your way leads directly to people's fallen demise?
Then let it. If this world can't stand without a dead king propping it up, maybe it deserves to fall.
That quote resonates well in the world today, shockingly.
Arthur's the only myth that still holds weight. And when he's gone, the rest will rot with him. A puppet king, another empty throne, none of it will last. Maybe they'll keep pretending for a while. Maybe they won't. Let them stand, let them fall. It's not my concern. If the weirdness takes them, so be it. At least it won't be another king's failure. Another lie propping up a dying world. It'll just be what it is. And call it chaos, call it freedom, I don't care. Let them rise, let them fall. Let them tear each other apart. I just want to watch it all come down. To see the last lie collapse under its own weight. What comes after? That's for the ones still standing to figure out. I've lived longer than any man should. Seen more than anyone should ever bear. And I've waited centuries for this moment, this chance, to end it all. To end him.
Or made the case that people need Ava.
And we'll never know if that's true, because we've never tried. And who ever said that we were meant to survive the weirdness at all? We were fools to tamper with forces we didn't understand. Resurrecting Arthur, infusing him with powers of the weirdness. We didn't just bend the natural laws, we shattered them. Such violations of nature's order cannot go unanswered. The bill comes due, sooner or later. Always. This cannot be allowed to continue. Listen, it's taken longer than I ever imagined. But now, here we are. You've done what no one else could. What even I couldn't do. You've brought Arthur's soul back together. Almost complete, but not quite. And because of you, I can finally finish what I started centuries ago. So, thank you for bringing us to this moment. You're close now. Just one more step. The last fragment of Arthur's soul is waiting for you. Complete what you came here for. And then, we'll meet again. As allies, or as enemies. That's up to you. Go. Find the last piece, and let's end this. Whatever comes next, I'll be ready. I hope you will be too.
I started 2 YouTube channels, but I ended up giving up on both because it's difficult to grow, whether on YouTube or any other social media platform. Damn sure is. I've been doing this for 10 years and I don't even have 400 subs yet. It is quite difficult. I can't even go in that cool house? That sucks. Now that's a house.
You've come. The one who carries what's left of me. Don't come any closer. Don't force me to think about coming back again. Just let me finally die.
Well, you're fun to be around.
Because I've had enough. Enough of being torn apart and stitched back together. Enough of being used, shaped, and forced to be something I'm not. Do you know what it is like to be a king of nothing? To see the people you swore to protect suffer because of your choices? Or worse, in your name. I've seen towns burnt to the ground, families destroyed, all because someone thought it would serve the greater good. And they called it loyalty. They called it justice. I've been dragged through every dream, every lie they've built around me. And I'm tired. Tired of the weight, of the expectations, of all of it. And most of all, I'm tired of failing.
What about Orin? He's trying to bring you back all this time. What the hell? Is this supposed to be King Arthur?
Orin wants a king, not me. He doesn't see the broken man behind the myth. He sees a symbol, a weapon to wield against the weirdness. But symbols aren't people. They're empty. And the more they're used, the more they hollow out the one who carries them. That's all I've ever been to Orin and the Druids. Do you know what it's like to be a weapon? To be forged, sharpened, and thrown at every problem?
Caradoc, he wants to destroy you forever.
He thinks ending me will free Avalon. But what then? Without an idea, a light to guide them, they'll stumble, lose their way, and turn on each other. People always seek something to follow, something to believe in. Take that away, and they'll tear each other apart trying to find it. Or worse, build something even crueler in its place.
What is it in death that you want?
I want release. I want to stop being a tool in their endless struggle. Kill me. Destroy the last piece of me and use the energy however you wish. Take it yourself and become the new king. Give it to someone else. I don't care. Just don't let me come back again. Let me die. Not as Arthur, not as the king. Just as a simple, normal human being.
You're the human part of Arthur's soul. Without you, he can't be whole.
Isn't that what you've been doing all along? Carrying what's left of him? You've already taken up the humanity I was meant to represent. Doesn't that prove Arthur doesn't need me anymore?
Don't you care what happens next with your kingdom? I don't think he gives a shit.
I don't care.
Nope.
Do you know how freeing that is? To finally not care what happens next? Whether Orin gets his king or Caradoc gets his ruin? To the burden of all my failures. To not see my memory tarnished. My plans, goals, and ambitions dragged through the mud. To not see the suffering my name causes. No more deaths in my shadow. No more kingdoms built on my bones.
You've been through a lot, but there has to be another way that doesn't involve your ultimate death.
Another way? There's always another way, isn't there? Another cycle, another resurrection, another lie to keep the world spinning. But please, not for me. Not anymore. I've had enough. I don't want another chance. I want this. Do what you think is right. That's all I can tell you. Because whatever you decide, it will finally be your choice. Not mine. Not theirs. And that's the only thing I've ever wanted. You hold the choice. I don't care who you side with. Orin, Caradoc, or no one at all. You have all of my soul. Use it. Take it for yourself. Or give it to someone else. I don't even want to know. Do what you will with it. Just let me go. Let me finally rest. Let me die. Please.
Well. Holy poop.
Help me bring the king back, whole and complete. That's all I ask of you. Now you need to go further. I made my case. Please keep in mind what I told you. This is the only way for Avalon to survive.
They're all just kumbaya-ing right now. I like it.
Go on. He's waiting for you. Go on.
Always a pleasure to see you. Let me go. Let me finally rest.
Whoa. Ouch.
You carried a dying king across the bones of a dying world. Now you stand before what started it all. An idea.
And ideas are bulletproof.
I am the reason there must be an ending. I do not guide. I do not judge. I exist so that something can be chosen. I do not offer meaning. I require that one be made. You have brought all things to their conclusion. Now, decide what must remain. Choose, and let the shape of the world follow.
What if I choose Orin's path?
You will vanish into the story you chose to restore.
What if I choose Caradoc's path?
You will break the frame, and what follows will not remember you.
What if I take the King's Soul for myself?
You will be seen. You will be followed. You will be blamed.
What if I give the King's Soul to someone else?
You will shape the world to become its witness.
Fuck. Alright, so Orin wants him to live. Caradoc wants him to die. Not sure what happens with these two. You know what? I'm a little greedy. I want it for myself. I want to see what happens.
Then the idea shall be claimed, its shape worn, its burden made yours. But first, you have to bring silence to what refuses to be forgotten.
If this is what you want, then take it, my friend. But promise me you will learn from my mistakes.
Oh. Okay.
No, I won't let this happen. Not again.
Here we go. X gonna give it to you. Sit your ass down.
You think any other human could wield this power?
Me.
I endured 600 years of pain, of suffering, of loneliness. I made the sacrifices, me! And now you think you can take it from me? The hubris.
Well,
No. I reject your claim.
come get some.
I will reforge Avalon. Perfect this time.
Arthur, you're also a bit of a dick, and you kind of deserve to die. So, just throwing that out there. Fukusan, motherfucker. Nope, still not dead. Where'd he go? Now you dead, bitch.
You took Arthur's power for yourself. Whatever drove you, need, ambition, or will alone, the strength of a king was now yours to command. Maybe you weren't ready. Maybe nobody ever is. But you decided to try. It's a heavy thing, trying to do right where others have failed. Still, you stepped forward, carrying the soul and every choice that brought you here. You ruled not as Arthur reborn, but as yourself. Flawed, resolute, untested. Avalon changed beneath your hand, and history will decide what that truly meant. With One Eye and Captain Brandon working, the South found a peace it hadn't known in years. The roads stayed open, the fields were guarded, and the people finally felt safe. No longer bound to Camelot or the Knights of the Round Table, it became a land ruled by its own people on its own terms. Because of you, the men here remained and the Kuanact endured, not just as a place, but as a legacy of quiet defiance and hope. Lord Yvain was remembered as a hero who gathered the wise and set out in search of the Grail, while Kuanact stood as a peaceful haven amid the weirdness. You awakened the giants, and with them at their side, the Dal Rita conquered Camelot.
Yeah!
As the capital fell, the customs of the tribes spread across Avalon. Not everyone welcomed them, but the change had already taken root. Firgas was named the new Galahad the Loyal. With One Eye and Brendan backed by the Dal Rita, the Forlorn Swords, he saw that the South's alliance was strong enough to stand on its own. He urged Camelot to leave the South in peace, and turned his attention to securing the rest of Avalon. The captain led the South to independence, breaking all ties with Camelot. Under his rule, the Horns of the South flourished. Merchants, pilgrims, and adventurers returned to the roads, and prosperity once again reached the far corners of the land. One Eye ruled the South, with the Horns of the South at his side. Over time, the Dal Rita of the Fallen Swords rallied to his banner, forging a unified force. With the South secured, he stood in a strong position to launch future conquests across Avalon. Nianta left Kuanact with Yvain, and her fate remained unknown. Yet among the people she once served, tales of her devotion and courage endured, and her name was remembered with respect. Magat left Kuanact alongside Yvain, surprising many who had long considered him harmless and weak. His fate remained unknown, but in time, the people spoke proudly of the last druid, claiming him as one of their own. Urfra left Kuanact alongside Yvain, despite concerns about his age. His fate remained unknown, but the people admired him for finding purpose at the end of his life, and spoke of him with lasting respect. Ailey turned to the merchants for support, and for a time the hospital prospered. But when they began charging patients for care, she walked away and opened her own small practice, refusing to serve profit over healing. With Helmi as the new matron, the Volca returned to their former glory with renewed ferocity, their berserkers filled with an aggression that stirred quiet fear among the other tribes. Among the united tribes of the Dal Rita, the Volca were treated with equal parts awe and mistrust, seeming to teeter closer and closer to madness. Ingui turned away from the eternal sleep, choosing life over dreams. In time, she began to rebuild the Thoid among the living, planting the first seeds of a new future for her scattered people. Under Dav Hamra's leadership, the Ulf grew stronger but more isolated. The tribe and the Stone Wardens became one, bound by a new symbol of strength, a steady hand against the chaos beyond their borders. Following Galerna's path, the Sven clung to the old ways, their faith sustained by the Stagfather's living presence within the unrealm of the hunt. They turned inward, shunning outsiders, and deepened their devotion to the blood-stained rites of their ancestors. You stood as her protector, and the Bee Queen believed you understood her purpose. But from the ruins of Brock Mala, her brood now spreads unchecked, and the South must bear the weight of your promise. You accepted the mycelium's offer and let the spores consume Sagramor's body. Now the kingdom lies under fungal control, its people connected, obedient, and slowly fading into the roots that feed the spores. You placed war at the head of the Children of Morrigan. Under his leadership, the Guild abandoned secrecy, waging open campaigns of domination in Morrigan's name. Avalon's cities and strongholds fell one by one as faith and fear reshaped the land. You chose to free the Four-Dwellers, but captivity had broken their minds. They turned on their savior and were slain. Without the song, the Stone Warden craft ended, and their legacy was lost with the death of the last of their order. You and Bjorn remained together, sharing a quiet life until the end. No great songs were sung of your days, only the simple bond of two souls who chose each other. After returning to Camelot, had always followed him, and most preferred not to remember. O Queen Cinnamon Sage, never put near your grave, and in quiet moments, still spoke to you as he once did. A friend loyal beyond the bounds of life.
Well, that was fucking cool. I wasn't expecting a little friggin' character synopsis at the end. Yeah, that was a damn good game. I think there needs to be more games like Tainted Grail and Skyrim and Elder Scrolls and all that stuff. There needs to be more Scrolls-like games, because this was freaking awesome. And Bethesda isn't the only one that can do it, obviously. So, more Scrolls-like! And this music is bitchin'. Let me go through this. Congratulations, you've completed the game. You can now return to the world just before the ending and continue exploring the world of Avalon. If you're ready for a greater challenge, you can start New Game Plus, which I will definitely not be frickin' doing, with your current character inventory. Yeah, no, that's not going to happen. Just return. But yeah, I like this game a lot. It's a top tier level game. I am going to go so far as to say that I will put it among the greats. I don't really have a top favorite or a in order top 5 or 10. I just have a number of games that I would consider above and beyond better than the rest. And I will put Tainted Grail up there with Horizon Zero Dawn, Horizon Forbidden West, Death Stranding, Red Dead Redemption 1, Ghost of Tsushima, The Witcher 3, Skyrim, and I'm pretty sure that's it, thinking off the top of my head. Yeah, this game is pretty great. I highly recommend it to anyone who is thinking about getting it. And that will do it for this one. That will do it for the vanilla game. I will be getting the Sanctuary of Cyrus DLC right after I end the stream. I won't be starting it right away, but I will be starting it either later tonight or sometime tomorrow. But until then, Gia Paulo, everybody else, thank y'all for watching, and I hope you have yourselves a sexy ass night. It's me.